Okay, Andrei is finally with us and seems to have a stable enough connection to directly talk to us. So instead of listening to the recording, Andrei, maybe you can just tell us a bit in person about the Pirin National Park and the challenges you're facing there.
Yes, sorry for my connection problems. Thank you for the opportunity. Well, we finished our studies last year regarding the forest birds of Pirin National Park, and what we discovered was that, of course, it's a very important place for Tengmao sow. We discovered for the first time the breeding of the pygmy owl. The capercaillie, it's a priority habitat for the capercaillie. Uh, mm, but in fact, there are a lot of threats. And one thing is climate change. We saw that in the south part of the park, there were many territories of Tengwang's owl which were abandoned. So this was maybe one of the reasons also for the capercaillie to be disappearing in some places. The second threat was the extension of the ski resorts. And in fact, we found out that one of the lakes of capercaillies was abandoned, which was next to a ski run. And the other one was with very few males in the lake. It is supposed that it has to do with a longer ski season, because right now in Bulgaria, the last years, we have the skiing season starts later. Snow comes maybe in January, but then it stays also until sometimes until April. And that's a threat for the capercaillies, because in this period it's when the mating season starts, of course. Another threat is, of course, the new national park management plan, which was proposed with a serious extension of the areas for construction and for logging. The news from this year, from 2020, is that the court of Bulgaria suspended this change in the management plan. So right now we still have a very strict management plan of the Pirin National Park, and we hope that we can protect it like that. Another interesting thing we discovered, or we monitored, was the quality of the forest of Pirin. In fact, we knew that there were forests which were like 400 years old, with some trees with more than 1,000 years old. But in fact, in many places, even very remote places, there were still some traces of logging some years ago. Of course, the quality of the forest is incredible, but only part of the forest of Pirin we can say that it's primeval forests. What else? Well, we had another interesting trip this year to the West Stara Planina, West Balkan mountain on the border with Serbia. We were trying to find also the interesting forest birds. So we stayed there 5 days with 20 people, and we found the 4 Tengmao owl. We knew about them some 15 years ago, so they're still there. But the problem is that we couldn't find any pygmy owl, we couldn't find any capercaillie, we couldn't find any white-backed woodpecker or Ural owl. So these 4 species seem to be very rare in Western Balkans. The coniferous forests there are very isolated, and seems like that poaching most probably killed definitely the last capercaillis there. So I don't know what we can do, maybe reintroduction project or something. Still, it's not 100% sure that the capercaillis from Staraponina mountain have disappeared, but it's something we need to figure. I mean, we have tried a lot and we couldn't find capercaillis. So yeah, even in a mountain like Starapona, which is much closer, much more to the north, much closer to the main populations of these relict species of birds, we don't have some of them, and that shows how important is the Pirin National Park. And a little bit more to the north is the Ralev National Park, also very important for these glacial relicts. Okay, do we have more questions?
Okay, thank you for that short introduction.
Yeah,
it's really a pity to see what's going on in the Pirin National Park. We have also written on our website several times about it. So maybe just to catch up our audience, that it is an existing national park, but the Bulgarian government plans to build new ski resorts or extend ski resorts there. Exactly, right?
yes. Yeah, it is a national park. In national parks, new construction is forbidden of sport facilities. But even though the government is trying to promote new ski runs and new ski lifts, they are saying that, well, it's a strange situation. If we go back 20 years ago, it was again, we have the Bansko town with a lot of hotels, but we don't have enough ski runs and we don't have enough ski lifts. Then it was allowed by the court. I mean, it was a very strange ruling to construct new ski resorts, new ski runs, and ski lifts. A huge extension of the Bansko ski resort, as you have seen in the presentation, and up to 2008, huge construction boom in the city. And again, now there are too many hotels. It's like 3 times more hotels than 20 years ago. And they say now we don't have enough ski lifts. And yeah, oops, seems like my connection is getting bad again.
We can still hear you fine. Oh, okay. Now, okay, Andrey. Okay, seems like he's gone for now. I would say we wait a few seconds, and if we can't establish a connection anymore, then we will just go into the next presentation. So it's already 4 minutes to 2. Okay, so now Andrey is unfortunately completely gone. Yeah, it was a bit difficult this time with the technicalities, but at least we saw some real footage from him being out in the field. I hope you still found that presentation interesting. And like I said, if you want to know more about Pirin National Park, there's plenty on our website about this issue.